What's going on? This is Rick Beta. Welcome to the No Mongo podcast. We're on episode number 6. Moving right along. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for finding the show. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're an OG, which is, like I said, 6 episodes deep, welcome back. Want to do a quick shout out, of course. Thanks to Bob Amadon at My Robot Suit for the lovely tracks. He recorded a couple tracks for me, sort of intros and outros. In podcasts, you can use music, but you got to pay for it, right? So, Bob, thank you so much for the support and the awesome tracks, man. So, yeah, give him a follow at My Robot Suit. Thanks again, Bob. Okay, wanted to start off with something. I was going back and forth on starting with this topic, but I figured I'd rather just get it out of the way. And honestly, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I never thought I would say this, but skateboarding, it has gotten officially ridiculous. And ridiculous, of course, I mean in a good way. All good things, of course. But what I mean is it's almost gotten like out of hand. And hear me out. It's just everything's getting so big. Nothing phases riders these days. And progression is at an insane all-time high. It's like I was thinking the other day, have we peaked? Has skateboarding peaked as far as tricks? Grandiose tricks are becoming the norm. All these NBDs, everything that's been going on every day, every week, every hour. And of course, these riders, they're not rocking helmets. I know we talked about it in the past. No protection. It's a fearless generation right now, and it's crazy to watch. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it. I'm just baffled. Absolutely baffled. And I don't know, it just had a light bulb pop in my head right now. I mean, has skateboarding peaked? And what I mean by that is, the tricks. Have the tricks peaked? Are we... I honestly think that we're in the video game era stage, era. So quote unquote. And what I mean by that, if you guys have ever played like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Skate, or, any of those skateboarding games in the past, you could do anything you want in those games. Double kick flip, late 180s, late shove-its to grind, whatever. It's happening in real life now. That's what I don't get. It's happening in real life. These tricks are insane. As I said, it's getting ridiculous. Are you new to the sport? Are you an OG? Are you a few generations in skateboarding? What are your thoughts? I mean, I don't think we've peaked, which is scary. Every single day I see something that blows my mind, whether it's on Twitter, YouTube, Thrasher, Transworld. Even in my best days back in the day, and I consider myself more of like my peak was like late 80s, 90s, 2000s started getting a little crazy. And I was getting a little bit older, and stuff was happening. But I remember playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Skate and just doing all these crazy tricks. And now they're doing them. Kids are doing the tricks in real life. I don't know. One thing I do know, I mean, think about it. Maybe, all this footage we got going on right now, I think skateboard historians, in the future are going to look back. They're going to look at the 90s. They're going to be like, whoa. And then the 2010s, so 2010s. I think we have one more year, 2020 next year, but it has peaked. We are seeing phenomenal skateboarding right now, and it's amazing to watch. Or as I said, flat out ridiculous. I mean, how scary is that? All right. Well, speaking of scary, it just popped in my head too. I mean, it's kind of I got to address the white elephant in the room, and then I'll be done with it. But I'm only doing this only because I have to. I talked about it on a previous episode. Figured I'd give it a quick, just quick recap, one and done. I mean, you guys are well aware Bam Margera having some tough times as of late again. He recently got sober, and honestly, I mentioned that, I almost unfollowed the guy. It was kind of hard to watch his life just spiral, right? And he got sober and all this happened in it. He kind of had a fallback, and that's going to happen. He's an alcoholic. He's struggling. He's trying to make his life better. And, I was reading a lot of the comments, some of the stuff that basically for you guys that don't know, anytime you see a handwritten letter by Bam Margera on his Instagram, it's probably not a good thing. So you read them. There's usually 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4 of 3, all the, 4 of 3, 3 of 4, etc. Up to like 4 different pages that he writes out, handwritten. And it's tough to watch, but he's going through this stage. He's getting better. Yeah, he's throwing a couple people under the bus, but, just reading the comments on there, you guys got to have a little bit more compassion for the guy. He is going through some tough times. I know we all have friends or family or anyone that's maybe had substance abuse or alcoholism or anything in their family. So I just say, give the guy a break. I'm still following the madness on Instagram. I'm not going to unfollow him, but I just wanted to get that out there because I know it's been brought up again. It's like, oh boy, here we go with Bam. But all I got to say, Bam, best of luck to you, and I hope to really one day ride that setup you got that in your new garage setup. That is badass. So keep it going, man. We're pulling for you. Now, this next thing I want to talk about is a pretty fun one. And I don't know how I discovered it. I don't think the skater was talking about it ever before. I didn't see it in any of his posts, but it's pretty cool. It's something that a lot of us can get behind. Pizza rolls, weed, garlic, butter, and joints. Some people just perked up right now. They say, what? Now, of course, I got to admit, I'm in California, so this stuff is legal, so I don't have a problem talking about it. But what was it called? Oh, yeah. I wrote on my notes here. Did any of you catch? Is episode 1 is called Plate Date LA with Boo Johnson. Yeah, I'll repeat. Plate Date LA with Boo Johnson. It's about 6 minutes long or whatnot, so it's not too long. But I didn't catch the two female hosts. So there's two female hosts who introduced themselves right at the beginning. They just went boom right into it. So I don't know who they are. Pardon that I couldn't give you guys proper credit. But they're making homemade pizza rolls. They had cannabis-infused butter. And, of course, joints come to the picture. Got to, pair that up. But it was pretty cool to see Boo Johnson. I mean, not only is this guy, he's smooth as butter on, 4 wheels. He can pretty much, anything he can do on a board is flawless and looks beautiful. But the guy can actually cook. I mean, he straight up destroyed using those, they're called wonton wrappers. So some of you guys are like, what are you talking about? But it was awesome to see Boo Johnson. He was like the greatest man on the street, or one of the greatest, to ride a skateboard. He's making these wonton wraps, homemade pizza rolls, and it made me want to have pizza rolls, of course. But, they go on to talk about, just pizza rolls in general. But I do have, one gripe about this show. I mean, come on, Boo. We all know you could put down more than 10 to 15 pizza rolls. And I'm talking about like the ones that you buy in the package. I don't think, Tony Hawk was Bagel Bites, but, in that same realm, I know you could put down more than 10 to 15. I mean, we're just thinking like maybe 20. We're talking about pizza rolls, right? See, now I'm hungry. Seriously. But check it out on YouTube. It's called Plate Date. It's got Boo Johnson on there, episode 1. I don't know how many episodes are on. I got to double check and see. It's not something that's really high on my radar. I just kind of, I think it's maybe one of those suggested videos from YouTube. They see the algorithm and, hey, you might like this. But yeah. But while you're out and about, of course, check out GroundedThrasher.com. His latest part is insane. And I do really dig. A lot of people are confused about his quote-unquote music, the Alan Watts video. Digging that vibe, Boo. That was very cool. And, of course, the ender. I mean, damn. So I wanted to wrap up this video with kind of like it just popped in my head the other day. I know I was talking about grind a few weeks back, but kind of like a where is so-and-so now? And I thought of Chad Fernandez. And for some reason, I haven't been really following his career. And I looked it up. He's still currently riding. He's in the game. He's riding for Everyone's Skateboard. He's got a model on there. And yeah, I just for some reason I was like, where is that guy? I mean, most people, they remember him. He was the hip hop skater dude in Grind, and every time his crew was on screen, it'd be like, I know that, look at right there. Wow, that was really bad, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. I know that I like the way you do that right there. That's what I was trying to say. Well, there's a reason why I'm not a hip hop artist. So, but if you guys know the movie Grind, of course you got Tom Green, but Chad Fernandez kind of stole the show with his characters as well. But as I mentioned, yeah, he's currently riding for Everyone's Skateboards. He's also listed as an associate producer for an upcoming movie called Skate God, which I was like, I'd never heard of that before. So I looked it up. Here I'm checking it's got some pretty well-known riders too. It's got, I don't know if they're stunt doubles or voices, but Tony Hawk, Tony Alva, Leticia's on there, Duffman, Corey Duffel's on there. I don't know. It's interesting here, but here's the synopsis though, which is, who knows what the movie's going to be like, but it's Oren, a skateboarder in a dystopia future, comes into self-discovery that he is a descendant of a Greek god and is plunged into a battle with a gothicized fallen society that wants to turn the outside world into hell on earth. Woo! I thought it was, just from reading that, it sounds like an animated film, but it's not. It's a live action. So the synopsis does have an anime style to it, but I'll be curious to see how those pros and writers and even Chad Fernandez, how they're all going to be. I mean, are they going to be stunt doubles? Or are they going to be voices? Are they going to be actual characters? But, my only thing is, anytime I see a skate movie, I get worried now, and I'm looking at you, Grind. You kind of ruined it for me, but the basic function of a stunt double has to be true as well. So if this main character, say he's trying to do a half, he's on a half pipe trying to do a 900, and all of a sudden they cut to Tony Hawk, who's goofy footed doing a 900, but he's got a beard on, he's doing it over a Greek god or something pretty crazy, then it might be like, yeah, okay, but I don't know. I'm just venting. I'm just hoping, it's a decent film, but Skate God, never heard of it. Did not hear at all about that show or that movie. Says it's coming out in 2019. We'll see. But that was kind of a quick recap. Chad Fernandez, know your history, folks. If you guys don't know who he is, look up a lot of his clips. He's got some pretty good footage out there. The ebb and flow of skateboard industry's names come and go as people get older. But luckily, due to longevity, we're living longer. Skaters are skating longer. And the sport is very healthy, so it's good to see he's still got a board out. So keep it going, Chad. But that's all I got for today, man. Thanks for subscribing. You can go to iTunes, you go to Google, Podbean. I also got a website going too, but that'll be about a week or so, maybe a couple months. I'm still working on it. I'm not the most website savvy, but it's easier to spit out podcasts and get those going. So I'll be giving you more info on that, but it's going to be nomongo.com. I'm going to try and make that interactive as well. You guys can chat on there, and we'll talk about skateboarding and how much we love this damn sport that we're, all fixated on this thing we called Earth. Yeah, until next time. See you guys.